Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on June the 16th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So coming up on Wednesday, we have some CPI numbers here are important. So with the inflation increasing, if it goes up too much, that is a concern, and that will force the central banks to raise interest rates or tighten the monetary policy. So that is the concern with inflation or CPI numbers. So we have to pay attention to these ones going forward. So if they come in higher than expected, that then pound will go up because the expectation would be that Bank of England will be forced into raising rates or tightening the monetary policy. So that's that. And then we also have CPI numbers for Canada. So same thing here, CPI numbers becoming very, very important. Bank of Canada has already been talking about tightening up they've pulled the date in terms of raising rates forward, which caused Canadian dollar to go up. And if the numbers go up or they come in higher than these expected numbers, that will be positive for Canadian dollar as well. Big thing tomorrow here, we have FOMC. So with the Feds, they're not looking at raising rates anytime soon. Now, the focus will be on the monetary policy, their statement itself, right? What are they thinking? And this one here, we do have the press conference. So that is important. So usually we see a reaction when the statement is released, and then we'll see a reaction, another reaction when the conference is going on, because then people get to ask questions, and this is where the comments can make a difference. We also have Bank of Canada, and then we have Reserve Bank of Australia. So again, it will be the forward guidance. Any comments they make on when they're going to tighten the monetary policy, when they will raise rates, those comments will make a difference. And then GDP numbers here for New Zealand. So they're looking better with things opening up now. Economy should be doing better, so the GDP numbers should be going up. If it's too far, only then it will make a difference. If it's higher than expected, that will be positive for New Zealand dollar. But if it's slightly lower, I wouldn't really expect much of a change. But if it's drastically lower, only then I really would expect a negative thing. But overall, though, any sort of positive numbers above the expectations will be positive for the currency here. And then employment numbers here, employment numbers are becoming very important as well, because as things start to sorry, excuse me, as things are opening up, we want to see the employment rate going up. If it doesn't, that will be negative. All right, so let's move on to our charts now. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So euro has pulled back as expected, right into the level that we expected actually. So with this one here, now it's struggling with 1.2150. So in this case, we have a neutral candle close. So basically, as long as it holds below 1.2150, I am looking for it to drop. So bias here is still more to the bearish side here, still looking like it wants to go down, but the critical level here would be 1.2150. If it holds below this, then we're looking for a drop from there. So neutral to bearish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one is also looking bearish. Now it did drop a bit, but it has pulled back. So we need to see it hold below this level now. So we're looking for a move lower here. So bearish bias, first target is a 1.40. And then below that, the second target here would be 1.3960. So bearish bias here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, this is looking bearish as well. So with this one here, next target is 0.7620. So bearish bias here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, this one as well has held below the previous support resistance level that we had talked about, went and did a test. Now we have a bearish close here. It met the first target, so now we're looking at the second one here, which is 0.7050. So bearish bias for New Zealand dollar as well. So target is 0.7050. Dollar CAD here, this one is going up, so bullish bias here. It closed right on the target there. So overall making higher lows and higher highs, so looking for a continuation here. Keep in mind though, watch out for this resistance at 1.2200. If it fails to go through this, it can still turn, but this is a nice rounded bottom here, so we're looking for price to go up. So bullish bias for dollar CAD. Okay, let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver is looking a little bearish here. It did drop from yesterday, but it's reacting into the support level here. So I'm looking for a retest of support at 27.35 level, but the problem is it could bounce off of this. So watch out for that. Bias right now is neutral to bearish for silver. And then gold here, this one is also looking bearish. And in this case, the target is 1843. The bearishness is still there, but watch out for the momentum. It hasn't tested the support level yet, but overall bearish bias 1843 is the target here. Oil here, oil looking quite bullish. It's continuing higher, almost into our target there. So now, still looking bullish, and in this case the next target here would be 73.00, and then above that we are looking at 73.50. So bullish bias for oil, but watch out for the resistance level. We're really coming into that, but bias is bullish here for oil. And then 73.60 is the next target. Copper, quite a drop in copper here, went right into that resistance and then couldn't get through. Quite a drop here. So I'm looking for a continuation. Watch out for a bit of a pullback. Sometimes it can have a big pullback right into the bottom there. So that's something to watch out for, but looks bearish right now. And in this case, we are into previous support resistance level 2. Next target here is 4.21, so bearish bias for copper. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin struggling with resistance, couldn't make it through, so I'm looking for a retest, but if it fails, we are back into this range once again. So it's been stuck in this range for several weeks now, and 2 days in a row, it's bouncing off of the resistance, which means we could see a drop here, so neutral bias here for Bitcoin. S&P 500 here, this is struggling again with resistance. It hasn't really done a whole lot in the last several days here. So we have a bit of a very, very small bearish move here. In this case, just looking for a bit of a continuation, nothing to really be writing home about here. 4,200 is the target, so it couldn't go through the resistance. So basically looking for a bounce off of the resistance. Target is 4,200, so neutral to bearish bias here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, Nasdaq also bouncing off of the resistance there. And in this case, first target is 13,950. And then we are looking at 850-ish level here. So bearish bias for Nasdaq as well. Dow Jones here, again, slowly making its way down. No real downward momentum here, but it seems to be drifting lower. So looking for that continuation of that drift lower here. In this case, the first target is 34,000, and then potentially lower, but neutral to bearish bias here for Dow Jones. DAX here didn't do much at all. In this case, 2 days in a row, it has failed to move forward, which means we could see a drop back down towards 15,500. So again, neutral to bearish bias here for DAX as well. FTSE here, FTSE is holding that upward momentum. Again, doesn't seem to have a ton of bullish momentum, but it is bullish nonetheless. So in this case, looking for a move higher towards 72.30. So bias is bullish here. So the first target is 7,200, then 72.30 would be the next target after that. So bullish bias here for FTSE. And then Nikkei here. Nikkei seems to be struggling as well. As we can see, prices into this previous support resistance level, it has struggled in this area. Now we have a neutral candle, and usually neutral candle can be followed by a reversal. So with this one, I am basically looking for a move lower here. We may get something like this. So where price goes through the support level here, and then we are back into this range here. So neutral to bearish bias here for Nikkei as well. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I will be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.